Hi there, Pasha is here. In this video, I would like to discuss Maslow pyramid of human needs, I guess, or things that you have to achieve before you can become a happy human. I learned this Maslow theme a long time ago. I think back in school, it was part of a study. And what I remember from then is, well, there's this pyramid and there's these tiers of things that you have to accomplish the lower tier, and then you unlock the next tier, and only then you unlock the next tier, and so on. And I think that's how it was taught to me. And those tiers are physiological needs, which have to be fulfilled first, and safety needs, then love, belonging, then it is esteem, and finally, on the very top, on the roof, it's self-actualization, which is the prize for those who get there. So recently, I've been thinking a lot about esteem, about self-esteem, about um, how it comes by, and I would like to challenge this idea of the Maslow pyramid in the following way. I would love to say that if somebody would figure out how to charge his self-esteem, he would already be ready for the top, for the roof. What I mean, what I mean here, I mean that in the modern world, most people who watch YouTube, so I guess you're one of those people, already have physiological needs settled, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching YouTube. You would be eating or pooping or sleeping or whatever else those physiological needs of yours are. Safety, the second tier, is a perception. It's nothing else but perception um, that is objectively also fulfilled. Like, I don't think any of you objectively are in danger or in threat. So there could be imaginable threat from some people that you know, people who scare you or don't, you know, um, people who you don't trust. But again, it's a perception. Love, belonging is also a perception thing, right? How do you know whether you've been loved or not? Um, and my point here is self-esteem encompasses all those perceptional things. If you get that, you will feel loved and belonging. You will feel safe because self-esteem is just like that. So why not simplify, greatly simplify this pyramid into two tiers? Let's assume physiological needs are okay. I'm not saying you should neglect them. They're important, but my point is most people are not in physiological need. If anything, they overeating, they overdoing stuff that Professor Maslow wanted us to do. So what if we just focus on getting self-esteem high enough, which will fulfill our need for safety and need for love and belonging, and then we can jump on to self-actualization. How does it sound? I think it sounds fantastic. So how do we do that? How do we build self-esteem? Well, I think there are three sources of self-esteem. The three major sources. The first major source is love of our parents. We want to be loved by our parents, and if we do, then our self-esteem goes up. The second major source is a love of our partner, or a person we think is our partner, and that is also very important. Instinct, and that is the second source of self-esteem. So if our partner loves us, respects us, accepts us for what we are, our self-esteem goes up. And the last but not least, actually, it's the most important thing, is the love of our friends. And I don't mean friends who you know forever but you don't talk to that much anymore. I mean those friends, or actually those people who you talk to on a daily basis. Our self-esteem largely, this is my theory, largely depend on people who we interact with on a day-to-day basis. Those two other, the previous sources of self-esteem, the parents and partner, they are also very, very important. But they are much easier to control and much easier to get, right? You know your parents very well, and if you really work hard, you will probably get them to accept you. It's achievable. Yes, you might do something that you don't like, but you know what they like. Therefore, it's achievable. Same for partner. If you put an effort, you will get what you seek for. So the only challenge then comes with, how do you make random strangers around you like you, feel you, and hang out with you? And that's a topic for a separate video. In this video, I would like to again stress 2 points. Esteem is underrated. If you get enough self-esteem, you will be ready for the next step, which is self-actualization. And the second point is, self-esteem has 3 sources. And of those 3, the major one is the people around us. I'm really curious what you guys think of this, if this makes sense, or if you can think of any other sources of self-esteem, or maybe you disagree with me and you think safety is more important than self-esteem. I want to hear from each one of you. And until then, peace.